Queensland's flood inquiry has heard the authorities were simply overwhelmed by the disaster. Senior police have told the Commission the sheer scale of the flooding was unbelievable and that normal management processes just couldn't cope. From Toowoomba, Francine Norton reports.
Rural Fire Brigade First Officer Vivian Jamieson helped sandbag homes in her Grantham community in the lead up to the 10th of January.
I'm fighting tears now because everything keeps coming back, and personally as a person and in my heart, my town won't rest. I'm sorry.
Ms Jamieson said a directive was issued by Senior Command for volunteers to stop driving through floodwaters.
I wanted to save my community and I couldn't. I stopped.
The court also heard Ms Jamieson was urged not to write a report to the inquiry. She said, "I was told that what happened before the 10th didn't happen." For colleague Stuart Damrow, he's finished with following orders and has left the brigade.
There's other ways to help the community, so that's what I'm going to do.
Southern Region Assistant Commissioner Steve Golcheski told the inquiry a stronger response was enacted for the Lockyer Valley because existing disaster management arrangements were inadequate. He said, "We were seeing a loss of life on a scale that was unbelievable." But Mr Golcheski defended his decision to order residents out of Grantham while crews searched for bodies.
We had to satisfy ourselves that they definitely weren't in that Grantham area before we could get those residents back in, because they're their loved ones. You know, what sort of police service would we let them to go back in and find something like that?
The Assistant Commissioner suggested that flying squads of experts be set up to go into areas in times of disaster to instruct local authorities. He said it's unfair that councils should be held accountable for the response when they don't have the training or capability.
As the inquiry looks for answers, survivors are still looking for the millions donated to the flood appeal.
Like, there's people suffering here living in tents and the state government's hanging on to their money.
3 months on and the struggle continues. Francine Norton, ABC News, Toowoomba.